The year is 1956, 7 years after the birth of the Communist Deutsche Demokratische Republik in 1949, and 5 years before the construction of the Berlin Wall in 1961. At the end of its existence, the wall, a massive concrete structure that enveloped the entire city of West Berlin, stood at about 13 feet high, heavily fortified with mines, barbed wire, attack dogs, and armed soldiers ready to shoot and kill. Before 1961, up to 1,700 a day fled East Germany through Berlin. Between 1961 and 1989, about 5,000 escaped by jumping over the wall, and 140 died trying. The last person to die at the wall in Berlin was the 20-year-old Chris Geoffroy on February 5th, 1989, mere 9 months before the fall of the wall. The present movie, The Silent Revolution, begins with Theo Lemke and Kurt Wächter, classmates in their last year at an Oberschule in Stalinstadt, on a trip to West Berlin. The two friends sneak into a movie theater and watch a newsreel about the Hungarian uprising. After hearing that hundreds were killed by Russian soldiers, Theo convinces his classmates to hold a Schweigeminute, or minute of silence, for 2 full minutes. When an irate teacher screams at a fellow student, Erich Babinski, "Warum sagt ihr nichts? Why are you saying nothing?" Erich blurts out, "Es ist ein Zeichen des Protests." It is a sign of protest. Now let's look at the original German title of the movie, Das schweigende Klassenzimmer, the silent classroom. The English title is The Silent Revolution. The word revolution exists also in German and could have easily been used as part of the title. So what is the significance of the space of das Klassenzimmer? Why make the classroom silent and not the revolutionary act of the students? As English speakers, we are used to thinking that the word silent or silence means something passive. It is an adjective used to describe the state of being of a thing or person. However, the German word schweigende comes from a verb, and it means to be quiet or to say nothing. So rather than saying nothing, schweigen is also to be actively silent, to actively say nothing by choice and will, even when the teacher demands to know, "Warum sagt ihr nichts?" Why are you saying nothing? Fast forward to September 1989, 2 months before the Berlin Wall fell. Christian Führer, the pastor of the St. Nikolauskirche in Leipzig, had been leading Monday peace prayers since 1982. And then on September 4th, the churchgoers marched outside in silent protest. On October 9th, the 40th anniversary of the birth of the communist DDR, 70,000. The next Monday, the crowd grew to 120,000. Then the following week, there were 320,000. Eventually, there were similar protests all over East Germany with the peaceful takeover of the wall by the people on November 9th, 1989. Now back to das schweigende Klassenzimmer. There is no mention of revolution in the title. The word revolution is first mentioned when Kurt asks his classmates, "Was nutzt die Revolution, wenn sie nur in unseren Köpfen stattfindet?" What good is a revolution if it happens only in our minds? Indeed, the classmates, under the pact to stay together, wir halten zusammen, took the revolution outside of their heads into the Klassenzimmer by actively remaining silent even when demanded to speak. When the revolution materialized in the classroom, the collective silence spoke louder than any words. And 35 years later in Leipzig, silent prayers filled the church, speaking loud in words and spilled onto the streets. Silence, a sign of protest, also spoke louder than words on the streets of Leipzig, and pretty soon, silence filled the streets all over East Germany. Except for one single cry, "Wir sind das Volk, Wir sind das Volk. We are the people. We are the people. When the active silence builds, it permeates the space it occupies and spreads faster than any words or deeds. Silence, it turns out, is the loudest protest, capable of multiplying by thousands overnight. As Eric in the movie says, das ist ein Zeichen des Protests. I would like to leave you with a German saying. Reden ist Silber, Schweigen ist Gold. Talk is silver, silence is gold.